Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 3's first big update just arrived, with new weapons, new POIs, new mythic bosses, and more. But just before we get into that, YouTube says that only 17% of y'all are subscribed. So make sure you're subscribed and comment I subscribe to get a heart and a reply. And if you do comment, you also have a chance to get into giveaways like this and this. Let's get into it. So now, in the beginning of every single match of Fortnite, Darth Vader's spaceship lands anywhere on the island. But if you decide to go fight him, beware, because he's the most hardest boss to beat in Fortnite. And he has stormtroopers guarding him, in each one carrying E11 blasters too. And if you eliminate Darth Vader, he'll drop his new throwable lightsaber. Beware, because Darth Vader also can use his force, so he can drag players towards him. Next up, we have the new Naruto skins. These are the skins, and I don't know how to pronounce them, so I'm not gonna name them. But there's also gonna be a Naruto glider, and it's free. You have to complete challenges to get. Next up, Tuka Towers have started constructing the new Block 2.0 buildings. So head there to see the next buildings being constructed. Last week I said Logjam Lumberyard would have a large change, and I was right. Logjam is now called Logjam Lotus and is completely changed. It can look like a Roman city, a western town, or a big ship dock. Expect these other POIs to be something like that too. But Butter Barn is going to be the next change. Right now it already has reality truth matches. It is said that there will be a Neo Butter Barn, so expect that soon. Next, we have a weapon called the Rip Saw Launcher. It was first spotted in the gameplay trailer. This is some gameplay of it. It can destroy builds, players, and a lot of other stuff. It'll be crazy in build mode. It can be found in a place right above Logjam Lotus called the Chop Shop. In the Chop Shop, you can find these Ripsaw launchers on the walls. Just pick one up there, and it has 12 ammo. And make sure you know that you can't reload the ammo. You only have 12 ammo and you can't find more. Next up, we have a new tab called the Social tab. It's being sent to only some people in the world, so make sure to check if you got it. So, in Chapter 2, Season 4, we followed two henchmen have their journeys across the island. And now, in Chapter 3, Season 3, in the beginning of the season, we saw this big door that was covered with rock. And if you open it up, you'd see those two henchmen and the trespasser right there. And recently, they opened the door. And in this update, the henchmen are now out of the door and started wandering around the island. And some people have noticed that sometimes they have a chance of trying to make friends with the lonely henchman. Not henchman, but IO guard. Since a while, players have been awaiting this scar since Chapter 2 Season 8, because the scar was completely removed from the game in Chapter 3 release. Chapter 3 released with new weapons and stuff, but the scar never returned. And in this season, we got brand new leaks of this new scar, which is black. I wonder why it's black, because we're not getting the IO back. The IO will probably gone. Next, we have another weapon. It's only in creative right now, but it's called a Fire Rip Flare Gun. It's a variant of the flare gun. It does the same exact thing a flare gun can do, except it has a cooler effect. It flies into the air, and once it reaches a specific amount of distance into the air, it blows up with fire. It fits into the whole party theme of the season. We finally got some story hints. In the week 2 quests, the scientist says, "I feel like the 0 point is trying to tell us something. I'm beginning to think that maybe freeing the 0 point was a big mistake." What do you think about my scientist imitation? It looks like right now the 0 point being freed is really bad, because the 0 point is taking over POIs like Logjam Lumberyard, and soon will take over Butterbar. For last, players recently spotted a motorcycle in the season trailer. It's kind of odd. I expected something cool like this, but what do you expect?